Welcome back to the Bikini Challenge series where I take you through the real, the raw, and the authentic journey of dropping 12 kilos in the 15 weeks to compete in my second bikini fitness competition. We are officially in the second week and I thought I would run you through some updates, some challenges that I've experienced throughout the week, also where I'm at stat-wise, progress pictures, and all of those things. Starting off with the stats, like my calories, my training, and my steps are staying the same. But what I've really experienced this week is a lot of energy challenges. So I've noticed that my energy has slightly dropped this week due to a lot of different reasons. I want to walk you through exactly what changed this week compared to last week. Starting with the scale weight, the scale weight hasn't changed dramatically this week compared to last week, which I'm not really expecting at the moment. But the biggest change this week, honestly, has been physique wise. I've noticed pants are starting to fit a little bit differently. My legs are starting to feel a little bit slimmer, and I'm definitely feeling a little bit more lean overall. I've also had some training tops like sports bra and stuff that are fitting quite differently around my back, and my back is starting to lean out a little bit more, which is really, really exciting. But I thought I would walk you through what I did different this week compared to last week. So calories are the same, training is the same, steps are the same as well, and I'm the same kind of cardio. But what I really noticed across this week was my energy was slightly dropped. And that wasn't due to, having anything different in place. This week challenge was definitely not prioritizing sleep enough and not getting to bed in time. So I did have a very, very busy week when it comes to work, and I did go to bed way too late, and I noticed this in my energy. So showing up at the gym, being with my clients face to face wasn't the biggest challenge. The biggest challenge was when I came home and I found myself to be quite exhausted and feeling a little bit more unmotivated to train. And on Wednesday, I actually came straight home from work. I had all my clothes on, my jacket, socks, everything. I literally came in through the door, went straight into bed, and I slept for 2 hours. And during those 2 hours, I had a lot of nightmares, and I don't know about you, but I never dream. It's very, very rare that I dream. So when I do have like nightmares and all those things, I know that this is a pattern of my subconscious really processing all the different changes in my life. It's usually when I go through a major identity upgrade and like when I'm recalibrating to my dreams, my goals, and all those things. And this week was really a big week of planning, getting a lot of client work done, and really stepping into the next level version of me. So I know that this is a very clear sign from my subconscious that I'm starting to really process all the things and having a really, really big goal in mind, which feels really scary to me, and also taking my business to the next level. It really shows up when I'm sleeping and having all those nightmares. But besides my sleep and not really having the hours that I need to get in, what I noticed was that when I came to the grocery store on, I think, Wednesday or Thursday, I had to go and get some extra lean beef mince, getting all the groceries for my meal prep. The extra lean beef mince was all sold out. And normally I would just go to the market, the organic market, to get some. But this time around I was like, okay, cool, you know what? I'm just gonna go and grab some turkey mince. So I just grabbed it. I didn't even look at the macros. I was like, okay, cool, turkey is lean. But when I put this into my fitness pal and tracked all my meals across the week, I noticed, oh my God, turkey mince has so much more fat than extra lean beef mince. So that put my fats up quite a lot, which then made me having to change my meals, because obviously having a higher fat intake throughout my lunch didn't allow me to have more fats like across my dinner and my breakfast. So that honestly threw me off in terms of like, shit, I need to actually be very, very considerate when I'm choosing like what foods I'm eating, because being smarter with it, like I want to have avocado, I want to have peanut butter, I want to have as much fats in my other meals as possible to ensure that I'm staying full. When you're having your meals across the day, you want to ensure that you have balanced meals with both carbs, fats, and proteins. And it's super important to have balanced meals. So the fats actually helps you to digest and to deliver nutrients when you're having the carbs and the protein. It's super, super important that you're not neglecting fats overall, because it helps to process all the other things. The biggest thing that I'm taking with me this week is not just to grab things on autopilot or just assuming, but actually looking into things, not being lazy, not just grabbing things because I assume that it's the same kind of nutritional information. No, I'm actually going to read the nutritional labels and making sure I'm choosing the foods that works for me. The second thing that I'm implementing next week that I struggled a lot with, and that was a challenge by this week, was my steps. So I have 12,000 steps to do every single day, and normally this is not a huge challenge because I do spend a few hours in the morning with face-to-face clients and I move around a lot in the gym. But what I realized is that on the days where I had a lot of admin work to do, where I was sitting next to my computer, I wasn't prioritizing my steps in the morning, which then I had to go out in the evenings to do my steps. And as my energy was quite low because I didn't get enough sleep, that was quite a challenge to just show up and just do the work. Having to go for a walk in the evening then postponed the time that I was having my dinner, and then that postponed my bedtime as well. Just having that structured out a bit more and being more strict with having at least 50% of my steps to be done in the morning, so I don't have to do the steps in the evening and not walk around like a moron in my apartment, just rolling around and getting my steps in at the end of the night. And I think the biggest thing for next week also is to realign my meals and come back to the meals that I really love and that I enjoy and that works really well. A lot of the times we try to change things up to make it fun, to make it exciting, but what I realized is that I'm gonna go back to the meals that I was having last week. So this week I was making a lot of like taco salad, which is quite a lot of volume. Like it is a really, really big bowl. I can put in a picture here. My friend can guarantee that she was like, oh my God, these portions, they are huge. And I'm like, yeah, this is way too much. And like, while that is really, really good when your calories are quite low, I just found that it was way too much food for dinner before I was going to bed, because like I was struggling to even finish my plate, which sounds really ridiculous, right? Because I'm on quite low calories. I'm gonna skip the salads and go back to a Mexican bowl, which I have like extra lean beef mince in the taco seasoning. And then I had some basmati rice on the side. I have some cottage cheese, some chopped onions, chopped cherry tomatoes. I always love to put on some fresh coriander on it as well, which is quite rare because I used to hate coriander, but now I'm just obsessed with it and I put it in everywhere I can. And if you want to make this Mexican bowl at home as well, I'll put it in the description below so you can make it, because it is one of my top favorites. It is so tasty and it just hits the spot. Today I actually have a really exciting event that I'm going to. One of my friends, she's a DJ and she's in this DJ competition. So me and my friend, we're gonna go head out soon to go for that. So what I did prior to that is to make sure that I had my breakfast, I did my steps in the morning, I did my little ab circuit as well, and making sure I'm having my regular meals across the day. Going there, I'm obviously going to be sober, I'll be enjoying my Pepsi Max and dancing a lot. So I've completed like half of my steps now, and we're going to be walking there and we're going to be walking back because it's not too far away. So then that way I can get my steps in, I will have a good time with my friends, I can still be social, and I don't have to think about it. And this is honestly the key to achieving your fitness goals without making it be your whole life and without making it to be this huge thing, is to actually see, how can I do these small little changes? How can I make things smarter in order to hit my goals without having to think about it? And honestly, just walking to that event and walking back, that is one of those simplest things. In Queensland at the moment, it's like 35 degrees outside, so it will be hard, but I'd rather do that than having to, you know, come home later at night, like 7 p.m. and then having to walk on the treadmill to do my steps. And those are just one of those things. It's like, how can you find opportunities in your everyday life to, you know, get your steps in? Because humans, we are made to be moving. And I really do believe that you can get your steps in without having it to be, you know, a very like big mission. I actually have this series in my channel, so you can go and watch that straight away. It's called Walk Your Weight Off, and it just gives you a few more tips on how you can plan your steps around your day when you're working on 9 to 5, when you're struggling to hit your steps, in order to honestly just get them done without having it to take a lot of time, a lot of effort, and just making it more enjoyable in the process as well. I haven't had any big cravings this week, and because I have a plan in place and I'm structuring up my meals in a good way, I don't experience those many cravings. Whenever I do feel some sort of craving, or if I'm tending to wanting something sweet, I either swap my breakfast out. Instead of having a savory breakfast, I have a sweet breakfast in the morning. I don't tend to normally want to do that, but in those days where, you know, I do want to have something sweet, it works really, really well. I'm experimenting with different protein powders. So I have half a scoop of one flavor, which is a vanilla flavor from International Protein. This is not sponsored, by the way. And then I have half a scoop of a vegan protein that is gingerbread cookie flavor. And I swear to God, it is the most delicious blend ever. So I put that in my oats in the morning with my blueberries and my peanut butter, and it is absolutely amazing. If I don't feel like having a sweet breakfast, and at nighttime I'm like, I could really go for like some chocolate. And obviously at this stage, because I am doing it very strictly, I can't have chocolates, right? But I have something that's called moon milk. It's basically a drinking chocolate with like magnesium and all those things. It's very low in calories. It's around 30 calories per serve. So I boil that with water, and I have that at nighttime when I'm winding down and getting ready for bed. And that has honestly been a really good trick to have in my sleeve if I want to have something sweet, because it's very low calorie. I can easily just add it in. So yeah, if you are someone who loves chocolate and you're craving chocolate at the end of the night, I could definitely recommend you to get a hot chocolate drinking powder. I got one from Naked Harvest, but I actually found another one that I like better that I'm gonna buy next time. 2 weeks in, I'm feeling good. I need to prioritize my sleep a little bit more next week so I don't have those energy dips, and I actually feel a little bit more energy before going to training and do my steps. I'm seeing my coach on Tuesday on a video call, and the week after that, I'm doing a face-to-face update, and where she will take skin folds. We will see where my fat percentage is at, and I'm really excited to take you through that. I'm thinking I'm gonna vlog that day as well, so you can see what it looks like when I'm seeing her, and eventually we're gonna start doing posing practice as well. As I get closer to my competition, there's gonna be more time and more things to document as well. So the more that you follow me, the more you're gonna actually see what it looks like to be getting on stage as well. But the last thing I want to mention is that if you have a calorie target, if you have a protein target, it does not have to be hard. The one thing that actually matters is to plan things out. And it sounds super, super simple, but sometimes when our brain thinks that it's too simple, it wants to overcomplicate things. It wants to give us all this drama of that's too hot, or I don't know what it looks like. And that's why you have a coach. That's why you have a coach to help you to structure things out. Because the reason to why you haven't lost weight yet is not because you're not disciplined or because your body can't lose fat. You know, it's not your genetics. It all comes down to the plan. You have to have a very, very set plan for you that is personalized for you. What most people are trying to do is that they see influencers, what they're eating, and they copy that because they think that is the magic solution. But the magic solution actually lies within your current lifestyle and finding opportunities to where you can improve what you're doing already. I've actually had my friend who lives with me saying, you know what, everyone should be living with a PT because her habits has changed too. I'm going out for walks, she's going out for walks with me. She's learning about protein, and now, Clara, I woke up for the first time in a long time and I actually feel leaner. Like I look myself in the mirror and I'm like motivated to go to the gym because I'm starting to see all these changes. And she's not tracking her food. She's not doing anything excessively. She's definitely not being point and strict as I am, but she's implementing the things that matters. Having a high protein intake, getting her steps in, and doing her gym workouts. So let that be your sign that it doesn't have to be complicated, but you need to start action the small little habits and the small little things every single week, and just believe that it's going to work out for you. You have to be so certain that the things that you put in is going to make a difference. But if you want a structured plan, if you want personalized support, want someone to actually coach you and tell you where you need to make those changes, let's have a conversation. Send me a DM on Instagram. My name is Clara Josephson there, and we can chat more about where you can find opportunities in your everyday life to see results straight away. that was my update. I can't wait to take you through next week and my progress in week 3. And for God's sake, don't forget to subscribe, otherwise you won't get my weekly videos. I'll see you in the next one.